And we're live. Woo! It even gives you a little blurby there that says the stream is live. Huey, I literally feel like we just launched a rocket.
I think so. Yes. Are we doing this correctly? Hopefully.
Who the hell knows? Hey, everybody. It's Chasta and Huey here on YouTube. We are doing a live test to make sure that we can go live. So let us know if you can see us. Can we see the chat? Do you have the chat pulled up there?
Let's see. It's
funny because on YouTube earlier, it sent out a notification saying that we were going to go live. And my niece, Michaela, immediately texted me. She's always on it. And she's like,
oh, she's on it right now.
Is she on it? And
Hold on.
Like, oh. She was like, you're going to go live? I'm like, hold your horses. I'm running behind. You're stressing me out. It's been a day.
Oh, it says live here. Okay. I like how we're talking through this like live broadcast.
We have to. We can't just sit here silently while people are staring at us. We're chickens on a stage. We're dancing.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. It is live on YouTube. Okay. I see that going. Oh, that's how she knew you were going live because I set the thing on YouTube. Okay.
Michaela knows all things. She always knows. I was like, oh my God. I was in the middle doing 100 things and she's like, you're going live? I'm like, oh God, am I?
Let me see if I can share this then on Facebook right now as we're talking through this right now.
All right. Sounds good. Well, while you try to do that, I'm going to let everybody know where we are and what we're doing here. So Chasta and Huey, of course, you probably know us from 107.7 The Bone as I just punched my microphone. Did you put it on Facebook?
It's on the Chasta and Huey Facebook page. So I'm going to share it on my stuff right now.
Fantastic. I love it. So I am live from my home studio in Pacifica, California. This is my little bunker. Here, hold on. I'm going to pick up. Hopefully I don't mess up any of my settings. I'm going to pick up my computer. As you can see, this is my cool little bunker here.
Okay.
I need to turn my lightning lamp on. And then Huey is live from his studio in Alameda, California. And this is his newly put together studio, I guess we should say.
I mean, as far as the actual desk setup here, I won't pull it down, but yeah, I got my little Rodecaster, which is like my AK, like a mixing board, just a cool new one. And then my actual main computer, mic arm, extra equipment behind me. Chasta, you know, all the equipment from Aftershock, that's all behind me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is the home office, aka Casa de Delmore, aka Huey home office. So aka working from home setting now. So this is really cool. We're doing
the damn thing.
Yes, I mean, this is my first time using, so peel back the curtain, using our program StreamYard. That's how we record all of our podcasts, all of our interviews for years. But with StreamYard, technically you can go live with it. And we've never done it live before. We have always pre-record everything and then put it out there. But now this is our first time actually using the software to go live with it. And
I think it's way more fun to be live. By the way, I can't see any of the chat, so like, how would I pull that up?
Okay, so hit comments.
Or do you just
on your browser here? Yeah, on your browser, hit the comments tab.
I don't have a comments tab.
Oh, you don't? I think you should.
Oh, wait. I had to minimize us. Oh, hi.
Okay. So you see Michaela's? Okay.
Yes, I do. Okay. It makes sense. And then on Facebook, you said we're on the Chasta and Huey page.
Yeah. So I just shared that one as well.
Okay, great. All right. Working. Well, we are now officially going to get into some content because that's enough of us. Oh, it's so fun. It does say live. That's enough of us with the bells and whistles trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. This is so fun. I love it. So how was your long weekend? Because there were nothing in the news happened at all this Martin Luther King weekend. It was very quiet.
You know? Well, yeah, yesterday we were celebrating the King, Martin LutherKing Jr. That was the important day yesterday.
Yes, it was. You are right. And then there was something about TikTok. I don't know.
Well, I guess.
Lord. Michaela, you're going to be triggered right now.
Okay. Well, no, weekend itself was good. It was, good. I actually started like Wednesday. As you couldn't tell, people were watching our stream right now. I'm wearing my brand new Carrie King shirt that I got at the concert at the Regency Ballroom last Wednesday. That was an awesome show. Shout out to Carrie King, our boy Phil Demmel, Mark from Death Angel, Paul Bostaff, Hometown Boys, all sounded incredible. And then, my boys Municipal Waste, they crushed it as always. But then, Friday, saw the Spasmatics at Dan's and Walnut Creek, then saw the Devil in California at Toots and Crockett. So very busy weekend, and then been lazy the last couple days. I was actually doing some CD cleaning, organizing yesterday. And actually, I was going to surprise you.
There's this sentence I haven't said in a million years. I was going through my CDs. What are you, 19? I
know.
Hi, Dan DeLay. Dan DeLay's on the chat. What's
perfect?
Up,
yes, he's watching. Okay, and that's coming. Oh, perfect.
I'm waiting for everything Drawing Heaven has to offer us in 2025. One of my absolute favorite bands here in the Bay.
I got to see Dan 2 weekends in a row. He was at Bottom of the Hill for his State Line Empire show, and then at Devil in California show, Toots Tavern in Crockett. So
yes, but I was super bummed to miss that show. Real quick, I want to give a disclaimer as to what happened on Saturday, because if you remember, I was supposed to go snowboarding with So Jay and Cody went snowboarding. I was supposed to go on Saturday with them, and I woke up I just did not feel good, and I was like, oh my god, I was panicky because Lamont has been so sick. I thought, holy crap!
Oh no, okay.
So I rested. I did nothing. I had a me day on Saturday, and then I slept for like 12 hours going to Sunday, and I felt much better. So I don't know. I feel better now, like knock on wood. But anyways, that's why I missed Bottom of the Hill. I mean, not Bottom of the Hill, Toots Tavern.
Well, I was going to say, because I saw Jay posting just him and Cody, and I'm like, wait, are you taking the photo? Where'd you go? Because you said you wanted to figure out what new song Cody was going to sing going down the hill when he was snowboarding. So I was
apparently the boys went up. They drove up Saturday morning. They went to Sierra at Tahoe. So it was about 3.5 hours on the way up, about 4 on the way back. And the entire time they listened to Iron Maiden. Jay said the entire time. They didn't do anything else but listen to Iron Maiden. So
nice.
They had a bonding experience.
Oh, actually, so yesterday I was organizing all my CDs, found a bunch of stuff that we can get on for Bone Breakers in the near future, which I'm excited for. But I also found my very first CD that I ever got as a kid. This is the one I was telling you about a long time ago. It's the MTV Unplugged collection that my mom got me.
What a treasure.
My parents got me with my very first CD player, Sony Walkman. But it's this CD, my very first CD here. So, but actually, I opened it up and the CD's missing. So
I was just going to ask you. I was actually going to ask you if you still had the CD. Is it not? You don't have it anymore?
It must be in one of my cases, like those old cases we used to throw in the car and put everything. So it must be one of those.
You still have the jewel cases.
Oh yeah, I have all that stuff still.
That's so funny because I threw I hate to say it, but I threw a lot of those out because of space and stuff. So I just put a lot of them into those big giant cases, which I still have in my Jeep. But yeah, the jewel cases are gone. I kind of wish I had them, but where do you store all that crap?
So those bins that from Costco, like $8. I have 3 of them now filled with CDs. That's what I was putting them in yesterday. So I have 3, and I don't know if I might put them in the garage. Well, first I'm going to rip the ones I need that I know we can use for Bone Breakers, for Metal Zone, rip all that stuff. So it's on my computer, like the WAV files are there, and then put them back in a case so they stay protected. Maybe put them in the garage or something. I don't know. Or maybe put it behind me or something.
You're like the Library of Congress for CD.
Yes.
Yeah. You can make like a whole library of CDs. It'd be like Harry Potter land back there, but all CDs. Chris Relva jumped on. Hey, brother, how we doing? Michaela, my brother gave her a lot of his old CDs. I actually have one of Papa Cody's AC/DC CDs. That's my daddy. That's so rad.
That's awesome. Shout out,
my
Chris.
dad was badass.
Good times with him, hanging out with him. He was at Toots on Saturday, bought me a beer, and he showed me a very cool Green Day landmark where they took an old band photo of them on the stairs right by Toots Tavern. So I was going to post maybe my photo and the old Green Day photo for comparison. So
you should
shout
do
out
that.
Chris. Yeah.
There's an Instagram page where you've seen it, I'm sure, where they go to historical places where albums, were shot, and then they show them now, layered over top of it. It's really, really neat. So you should totally do that. That's your version of that.
But thank you, Chris, for everything. It was just very fun hanging out with them. Said a lot of good things, great things about you and I. So thank you, Chris, for all the support.
We love that, Chris. We love when people say nice things about us. Well, my niece Michaela, who's in the chat, she spent all weekend grieving TikTok like a dead relative. Oh my Lord, the drama out of this one and everyone on TikTok. Now, okay, so here's this story. I'm on TikTok, but I'm not. I'm on TikTok through the Bones account. You and I both are. But
I do have a personal one too that I.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Baby Huey, 1983. Yeah, no,
you broke Baby Huey 83?
If someone else took it, bastard.
Oh my God, that's wow. You should sue. Can you sue?
Well, no. I
that?
made the account like a couple years ago, and I just sat on. I never used it. I think I put some old WrestleMania interviews I did there, some highlights there. Yeah. And then I just never checked it. And now with all this TikTok stuff in the last few weeks and even the last couple months, even like some of my friends who are in the wrestling media content creation, they were telling me, put your interview highlights on TikTok. They'll blow up there. I'm like, okay. So just my couple of new interviews I did recently, a couple of the clips from you and I. That's all it's like eight videos right now I post in the last couple of days.
That's all right. That's a start. I mean, part of me that was like, oh my God, this TikTok means so much to these people. Maybe if it ever comes back, I should get on it because I feel left out now. And it was gone all of 12 hours or something like that. Everybody woke up and it's poof, it's back. But it's kind of back, and it's definitely not secure that it's staying back, right?
Okay. Yeah. So
From what
that
I
was
understand.
that's the thing. It was funny. Like I went to bed. It went to effect the 19th. So that would be Saturday night into Sunday morning. So Saturday night around like 9:00, I guess, like for East Coast time, it shut off and there's like notification, can't check it out. I'm like, oh damn, what the hell? Right. And then the next morning I woke up and it said, oh, it's back on. I'm like, what? And CapCut was also affected. But apparently that ban, it was just 12 hours. But keep in mind, this is not, I would say, like it's back for good. So Donald Trump, as president once again, he just signed a new executive order to figure out this whole TikTok ban. All he did was just sign an extension to push back the ban 75 days. And the main clause here is what they're trying to figure out is either sell it or close it, TikTok. So I think for them, they still want to get away from the Chinese owners that it has, the owners in China. And so, get a new owner. I saw Mr. Beast. I saw a video he posted yesterday. He's trying to buy it or something, buy TikTok.
He could. He probably could. He's ungodly rich. It's funny because it's very easy, and I find myself doing this. It's very easy to sort of cast away TikTok. Like, who gives a shit? Like, it's TikTok. We have bigger fish to fry. And in a lot of ways we do. However, big caveat. The truth is, a lot of people do make an honest living on TikTok. There are a lot of influencers, a lot of musicians, which of course are close to our heart, a lot of writers, a lot of all kinds of people that use that to make a living. And when it's cut off, it's like all of a sudden those people can't pay their bills. They don't have access to that job anymore. A lot of people essentially got fired or might get fired if this whole thing goes down. So it is worthy of a very important conversation on how we can move forward and have that as an option because it employs a lot of Americans and a lot of people worldwide.
Yeah. So listen, I know a lot of people were freaking out like, oh my God, like, a big social media app that they use, it's gone, taken away from them. But at the same time, yes, listen, I don't know all.
It seems silly on the surface, but it's not.
Totally. It's like, I know I'm with you. It's like we have bigger things to worry about in this country, but at the same time, we're in a digital world now where apps are important for us, what we use to make a living or to promote what we do for a living. So I get it. People are frustrated and they don't want it to go away. And honestly, though, I just felt like this was one big PR stunt. Like,
it was. 1,000%.
Because wasn't Trump was the one who wanted to get banned years ago and kind of got the idea out there. And then it was the current administration that in the government who made the ban happen. And then I remember TikTok, I took a screenshot and said, oh, because of President Donald Trump, he brought it back. So I'm like, is he trying to create his own hero now? He's like the hero of this situation?
It played out exactly as it was scripted. And this, to me, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. I don't really give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so clear. It was like, this is how it's going to play out. I told my niece, Michaela, we were texting a couple days before it happened. I was like, this whole thing is set up so that the demise of it happens right as Trump is getting inaugurated. They get to go back on and go, look at what he did. And I didn't expect the little thing to say, thanks to, President Trump's blah, blah, blah. Like, it specifically even went as far as saying it. So, yeah, it was very obvious the way this played out. Like, you don't have to be rocket science to figure that one out.
Yeah, and it's just funny that people are really hating on TikTok. Like, I'm curious why you hating on it so much. Like, if you don't use it, fine, but there are people who use it for a lot of good. Now, granted, there's a lot of people who use it for stupid things, but there are a lot of people, as you said, that make a living off it and try to use it for entertainment purposes. And as long as the person's not hurting anyone, like, who cares? But
can't you say that about every social media platform? I mean,
totally.
There's nefarious shit that happens on Facebook and X and all of it. X is a toxic place. Toxic. I don't go in there anymore.
But it's interesting, though, because at the inauguration, we saw Zuckerberg there, who runs Facebook and Meta and owns Instagram, or now they own or oversee that. And, Elon Musk, he owns Twitter or X now. So like those social media platforms, they're not getting like any flack from anything, but it's TikTok that's getting all the attention right now. So
yeah, it's interesting, and none of us have any privacy. If you have, if you have one of these, if you have a cell phone, you don't have privacy. I hate to tell you, unless you live like our boy Tonelli off the grid and just ignore everyone and everything. Then you're screwed. Like we're all at this point. It is what it is.
He even hates taking photos. Like when I had lunch with him a couple weeks ago and tried to take a selfie, he hit his face. You saw the photo. He's like, I don't want to be seen.
Of course. I mean, you know what? And we have razzed him for the better part of a couple decades about this. Like he was never going to get on board with anything, barely checks his email. But you know what? Now I'm like, he's the smartest of all of us. We should all live like Tonelli. Hashtag live like Tonelli. I talked to him. His birthday's coming up. I talked to him last week, and he's like traveling. He's about to go away for his birthday. He's living his best life.
Oh,
he was
totally.
like, yeah, it's really not. It's nice not having to answer to people like you. Of course, I was his boss. Like,
when I had lunch with him, he was like planning out the month of January, and he's like, I have nothing to worry about. I have nothing on my plate right now to worry about. So yeah, I guess I could do this and that. And it was great. I was like, I'm kind of jealous. I envy that.
Tonelli is the most social of social butterflies that any of us know. So we knew it was going to take him about that long to fill up his social calendar. And now it's just, he's all over the place. And God bless him. But he lives off the grid, and good for him. I think it's great. So TikTok is back for now. Enjoy it. Michaela says, I think TikTok was sold to Meta, honestly. Facebook made an account a few hours before it closed down. Interesting. Oh. That is interesting. I think the way this whole thing plays out, and whatever billionaire company buys it, it was wild to see a billionaires row sitting behind Trump like that. It's like, wow, it really tells a lot about this country that line of people were
so
right
Meta,
there.
Twitter, and Amazon control this country now,
and Google, and even in front of his cabinet members. Like, it was Trump, billionaires row, and then the cabinet. So you saw RFK Jr., his little head over billionaires row, like, I'm here. It's like, dude, it's just, it is wild. Man.
So in the meantime, if you want to follow 1077 The Bone, you could do so on TikTok. You follow me at BabyHuey1983.
I can't believe I'm not used to saying that. 1983.
No, I know it was. I was like, like who takes that? Who has to use the name Baby Huey to begin with, and who's born in '83 as well? Like, damn it.
Michaela probably should make a TikTok for me. She does. She runs my whole life. If we only had those problems Paul's got. Yeah, no kidding, Chris. Seriously. All right. So here's what I'm so excited for. So so let's back up a little bit. So in end of 2024, Huey and I were on the air doing mornings while all the craziness was happening behind the scenes at the Bone. You and I were in charge of keeping the train on the tracks, and we did so. And props to you, brother. Like, seriously, thank you for
jump in the fire.
Yeah, we did. But we really figured that out, and we were having so much fun. So of course, when Lamont came back, everything shuffled back in order, and you and I were like, no, we're having so much fun. We still want to do this. So let's freaking do it. So that's what we're doing. One of the things that we were doing that people love so much was our advice column that organically came up called Huey Help. I think I named it so. It's a brilliant name. I must have come up with that. Huey Help. So I have been getting over the last, 4 to 6 weeks over the holiday break in January. I've been getting messages. Are you guys still going to do Huey Help? And I was like, yes, we will. Once we get our YouTube up and running, we will do that. So are you down for a Huey Help today? I haven't even brought this up to you. So, okay.
Okay, that's fine. And I guess, just put it out there, disclaimer, if you want to email us, you can do so. Yeah. Chasta and Huey at gmail.com, spell AND out. And email us anything. If you have like questions, ideas for the podcast, just stay in touch with us. You can totally do so. Sponsor the podcast.
Yes.
Please email us.
Please.
Yes, please.
We would love that.
Please.
All right. So do we have our Huey Help sounder? Can we play that on here?
Let me check, because I was like, with my Rodecaster here, I was like loading audio up on it during the holidays as a backup. Okay. Let me see if I can.
This is another real live test.
Okay, let's see if give me a thumbs up if you can hear this right now.
Okay.
If you've got trouble, we've got the cure for what ails ya.
The Bay Area's bestie, Huey, is here with advice.
It's Huey Help.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that goofy music. It's a little loud in my ears, but that's okay.
Okay, now we pot it down. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But keep it going, right? You want the music going in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Like me running a board here. Okay.
And Dan DeLay gave us a thumbs up as well, so he can hear it. Dan's are rad. Dan's forever. Agreed, yes. Dan DeLay. We love that. All right, so Huey Help question, and this is actually something interesting that you and I feel like could relate to, because it's about office etiquette, if you will. So here's a little behind the scenes for everybody. So at Cumulus in radio, we are leaving our building, the building that we currently are in. We are moving buildings, and we're moving in with another radio company called Bonneville in Daly
It's
City.
all in the news now. Like, you can Google this, check it. It's out there in the public space now.
Exactly. And Huey and I are actually very excited because we have many friends over there, and we're like, okay, this is going to be great. Not a lot of space for us to work in. We might have little tiny cubicles, little tiny pods beside the studio, but that's okay.
A broom closet.
With all state of radio. With all that being said, we're going to have to keep our areas tidy and clean, because we've been told everyone at Bonneville is very tidy and clean. Fully respect that. Love it, love it, love it. I'm here for it. So this question kind of ties into that, actually. Mm-hmm. It's a woman. Her name is, oh, shoot, I lost her name. Brianna. Brianna. Okay. So my regional manager for my company where I work came into my office last week, and she saw my cubicle, and she told me I needed to make it look more professional. I have my area decorated with knickknacks, bumper stickers, lights, even a little disco ball. I want to work with Brianna.
Nice.
That's amazing. She said, I get my work done. No one ever comes to my section of the office, so it's not like anyone's ever going to see it. Also, in the 3 years that I've worked here, this was the first time our manager has ever stepped foot in here. Should I just pretend I didn't hear her? Should I just pretend I didn't hear her and keep my area decorated like I prefer, or make work less fun and do what I'm told? Okay, so I'm the boss at the bone. I'm going to take that hat off. Okay. We're going to put it over here. We're going to hang that hat up, right? It's over here in the background, and I want to hear your honest answer. What should she do? Should she listen?
Let me put that hat on. I got a new municipal waste hat.
Oh, look at you.
So I'll put this hat on now.
Mm-hmm. I took my PD hat off, and you're going to put your advice hat on. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think Brianna should do?
Well, she's not. They're not moving anywhere, so it's almost they could technically leave everything as is.
Right.
But you gotta work with these people, and you don't want to piss off your coworkers. You all got to work in this space, unless she has a part-time schedule. She didn't emphasize or explain. Let's say hypothetically she goes in 5 days a week. So there's got to be a compromise here. I'm always trying to think like this: the compromise. How can you please both sides here? Because I think if you keep everything up, someone's going to say it again, and then they're going to get pissed off, and you don't want create like an HR situation here. That's what I'm thinking. You don't want to piss off someone enough. And listen, you and I have worked with people where some people don't want anything on the walls, nothing on the ground, anything like that.
Oh my God. The first few years we were in our studio that we're at now, it was sterile. Wouldn't you say? It was like
it's like a doctor's office.
Yeah. Nothing on the walls. You couldn't have anything personal. It was super, to another level clean.
It had no personality. Like you didn't know that it was a radio station by walking in. Other than our logo in the lobby, outside of that, if you just saw a bunch of cubicles, you're like, "What is this place? What does this represent?"
No.
I would love to see like a photo, like how cluttered it is. Like, listen, I think maybe take some things off the table, like declutter a little bit, so it looks like you made the effort.
Is the disco ball a bridge too far? Do you feel like that maybe
she has disco parties at lunchtime or something?
Because here, let me just say this. Without my PD hat on, my manager hat's over there. I think it's fun. And if it's not shared space, that's the key. Because you and I have worked in radio for decades, and we have a lot of shared space. If you're shared space, then no, your personal knickknacks, unfortunately, it's not really fair because people are having to look at all your crap. But if you have a cubicle that's truly yours and you're not affecting anyone else and nobody else is coming into your space, I don't really see the harm in it. Look, if you're at a 9 to 5 and you might be miserable, I'm not saying you are, Brianna. You didn't say that. Those were my words, not yours. But I'm just saying, if you're at a kind of a job that might be a little shitty or not that great, and you have a little, I don't know, one of those little troll dolls or something that you stare at that makes you happy, then go for it. Who cares? What does it hurt?
Well, okay, I would love to see what the regional manager's office, I'm sure this person has an office, what that looks like. If it's plain and boring, maybe you can kind of joke with them, be like, "Oh, you want me to look like your office? Boring?" Like, I don't know, like depending on the relationship.
They would have to have a sense of humor.
Yeah, sure. That's true. And some people don't. Let's be real. Like
I can see things. Now you're in your home office. I can see things behind you. I have a ton of stuff on my wall. You know, I'm kind of more of a minimalist. Oh, I'm tempted to show you, but I also don't want to unplug anything. I have a bulletin board above where you can see me, and it has like all my little knickknack stuff. It has pictures that Cody drew and all that kind of thing. But I'm in my home studio. I wouldn't bring all of that into a shared space because nobody cares. You know what I mean? But like little tiny things on your desk and maybe a disco ball. I feel like that might be a problem. Even though I love the disco ball, I feel like that might be where the boss is like, okay, a bridge too far.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, let's do a compromise. Maybe like clean up a few things so that way when they walk by again and they give you any crap, you're like, well, look, I cleaned it up a little bit. But yeah, you want to keep some personality. You can't be boring at work. And if you're able to stand up for yourself and say, well, this kind of helps me, you know, feel better at work, like puts me in a better mood. It brings me joy. Like I'm working here. Like so, I mean, I'm just trying to, the compromise there in that situation. So yeah, please, you know, but then again, I wonder if there's other people too, you can always play that game. Be like, well, if I got to do, then that person down, you know, you can, I guess you're kind of snitching. You're going
to be that person. You're going to be that person. Everybody's going to hate you at work.
Be like, well, about that person down the hall.
Like if let me think of a serious job. Like we don't have a serious job. Like in radio, it makes sense that I have a skeleton hanging on my wall right here. Like nobody would think that's weird because it's me and it's radio. But like if you're, let's see, maybe if you're a lawyer or a doctor or, you know, like a cancer specialist, okay? Like maybe you do need to be a little bit more professional, maybe calming, maybe even zen because you've got people coming into your space that may be getting bad news or maybe going through some stuff and they might be triggered by all your crap. So I think it really does matter. Did she say, hold on, let me read this again.
You can't have you can't have like movie posters of like horror movies or some people. Like, I'm just trying to think of some weird pop culture type stuff.
Yeah, seriously. Which I mean, again, I have probably a couple things in here that could be triggering to people.
I mean,
and
like
I have all my crystals and stuff. Oh.
Like in my home office, I got world titles here in wrestling.
You've got your world title. Yes, Michaela, I do have my Janis Joplin. Oh my God, he's got two. He's got two, ladies and gentlemen. Look at, oh wow.
I'm a multi-champion.
Oh my God. So you may not bring that to work, but you did bring it to a work event. You had that at Cocker Pavilion with Stone Temple Pilots. You carried which one? You carried one of them around.
It was this one. Yeah.
You carried it all around the pavilion.
I'm a champion, baby.
We know. You know, honey. You don't have to tell us. Everyone around you knows exactly what you are.
But I do think, like, for work morale, it is important to show somewhat your personality at your desk. I
just think it's because you spend so much time there, too. Like,
it makes you happy.
Reflection of who you are. And
the more I think about it,
little reflection.
The more I think about it, I hope this regional manager is just not picking on this one person. Like, I hope it's like a rule that's like for everyone. Like if there was like an all staff email that said, "Hey, everyone, please keep your desk clean." I could see that. But if they're like personally just like picking you out of the crowd and like making you this, like it seems a little unfair. Not want to say bullying, but you know, it's like, you know, you're picking them out of the crowd and like, you know, focus on them too much.
Okay, so let's kick it back to Brianna for a couple of questions. Number one would be, what do you do? Like where or maybe not where. She might get in trouble saying where she wear. But like what kind of job do you have? Because it doesn't say that in the email, so I'm not seeing that. So I'm just curious, what kind of job? And then number 2, are you the only person that's being picked on, or is this like a statute that's going out to all the workers in that office? Because if it's just you, Brianna, we're here to fight for you and your disco ball.
Because there's been a couple times where we had like corporate people coming to visit us, and like a week beforehand, our boss will send an email says, please make sure your area is nice and clean. Someone's visiting us. I get that.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Our boss also loves his Dyson vacuum.
I know.
He likes to clean, and I especially love that because that's how I am too. I get it. Although I don't own a Dyson. Wish I did, but I don't.
So yes, like I said, if there's like some things maybe hanging or maybe like peeling over into like someone else's space, then clean that stuff up. Like kind of condense it to your area if you haven't done so already. And yeah, maybe put some things away, maybe like clean up if it's like a lot on your table, declutter a little bit. So that way you could be like, well, look, I did clean up a little bit, but you still want it. And then maybe have a meeting with them, be like, oh, listen, this brings me joy and this kind of shows my personality. And I want to like make sure we have a more fun work environment. So just, be vocal as well. And then if they give you crap, maybe you could save it for HR or something like that. Take it to HR.
Oh my God. We're finding out a lot about Huey today in Huey Help. Da, da, da. I'm going to reach over and put on my PD cap. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I don't wear my PD cap on this this podcast. It's gone. It's gone away. You can take yours off too. Bye.
Okay.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are very, very excited to see where this goes. Like I said, we just have a lot of fun, chatting with our boneheads and hanging out. We'd love to hear from you. So you can hit us up, Chasta and Huey at gmail.com. So now that you're a TikToker, are you going to be like living on there instead of Instagram, or are you still more Instagram?
No, Instagram's still number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm with you. Instagram still. Reels are awesome. I will say that. I know Michaela said Reels are trash.
Yeah, Michaela, she triggers me all the time. She thinks they're trash. I'm like, okay, whatever. She thinks we're just old and behind it. And she's like, everything on Instagram is like 3 weeks old. Well, you know what? We're busy humans over here.
I know. I was going to shout out my boy Nick. He's on there saying loving it.
Hey, Nick.
We got to call him about Cliff Burton Day.
Yes, we do. Actually, that's on our things to do list. Yes, it is.
So Nick, I'll text you later.
I was going to say we won't have our meeting here, but we will.
No, not right now. Unless we just send him an invite. Just jump on the stream. But yes, as you said, Chasta and Huey at gmail.com. But also, on social, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Chasta and Huey, even our YouTube channel. Please connect with us there. Chasta and Huey, just do that search there. Follow along. As you saw, I've been trying to post like little clips, little highlights from the podcast as well. And even like full little segments on the YouTube channel as well. So we're trying to do it all. I've been watching all these other podcasts for years. I'm like, okay, I see the template. I see how these people do their thing with the podcast. I'll just try to copy that for us.
This is just a really fun place to kick back, chill, hang out. It's like we're at a bar, except there's no beers yet. There might be. It's not on the table. I don't know what's in your drink. Wait, hold on. Let me get mine. Cheers. I got Jack Skellington on mine. There we go. Cheers,
my dad was telling me like there's a bunch of cool things in our cabinets that we never use. I'm like, all right, I'll start using this then for my water.
What does it say?
It's Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple.
But no, I've never tried that.
It's a Yeti.
It's a Yeti. You gotta say it like that. It's a Yeti. Shout out to Jose Antonio that's also on. Loving the show.
That's
Keep
Nick's
it up,
buddy.
Guys. We love you.
Yeah,
that's Nick's
buddy.
You saw him love it
at the Merkins show. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's who I met at the Merkins. Yes, very cool. Okay, we will definitely reach out to you guys later and get that Cliff Burton Day figured out. And Michaela says she'll convert us to TikTok. Good luck, darling. Good luck. All right. Well, I think that's it for round 1 officially of the Chasta and Huey podcast. This has been really fun. So connect with us wherever you are on social, and we'll talk to you. We'll do it next week, like next Monday. What do you say?
Yes, Monday. Yeah. Back to like a normal, more regular schedule. And then I think also maybe next week we'll start putting some other fun content out there too. So
okay. Stay
tuned. That little teaser.
I was going to say that's a little teaser. Radio tease, yes. YouTube tease, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, and if you, unfortunately, if you can listen to or can't watch the video of this, you can subscribe to the podcast audio version. We're on Spotify right now. So if you want to go to Spotify, subscribe there. I'm working on getting into other audio podcast platforms. It just takes time filling all the stuff out and applying, whatever you want to call it. But the great thing about Spotify, you can listen on an Android or an iPhone. So it's on all cell phones out there, I guess you could say.
I love it. Yes, so. It's something for everybody.
Yes.
All right, until next time, we will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful week. We'll be back next Monday. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.